G'day, mate, and welcome back to the channel. I'm FPL Roo, and today we're going to be looking at the double game weeks that lies ahead in game week 20. Some new ones have been announced, so yeah, really excited for these. And it's also North London Derby Day this weekend, so yeah, big one for me and for the family, as yeah, half of them are Arsenal fans. So yeah, not good, but that's why we're sporting the home shirt of Tottenham Hotspur this year, the shirt that Harry Kane will wear when he scores a hat-trick on the weekend against Arsenal. So just announced, yeah, literally probably about 12 hours ago, Man United and Crystal Palace will be doubling alongside Tottenham and Manchester City. Out of the four teams, Man United probably have the best double game week. So they have City at home, Palace away. City have United away and Spurs at home. Spurs have Arsenal at home, City away, and Palace have Chelsea away and Man United at home. These are yeah, pretty bad double game weeks. They're not the best. So I don't feel like if you miss out on getting players in, it's not the end of the world. But yeah, we're going to be answering some of the questions from the community and looking at how we can basically get the best out of this game week. So I really like the look of Man United's fixtures, even though it's, again, like I said, it's not the greatest double game week, as they do have City at home, but they do have that Crystal Palace away game, whereas the others both have teams. They're playing teams twice in the Big Six. So yeah, like I said, City have United and Spurs. Spurs have City and Arsenal. So really tough. But we'll take a look at the questions. So we'll start off with probably the most common question that I've found on Twitter, and that was sent in to me. Should Salah owners keep or sell, and why? I think it all depends on your team and your team structure. But let's just take things as a general rule. I'm just going to be kind of applying it to my team, as I do have Salah. So if you're going KDB, then I think as a whole, do it. Because you're going to get the double game week 20 and double game week 23. So you're getting an extra 2 fixtures over Salah. Normally you'd probably not be bothered about that, as Salah is normally banging in the goals, but this season he hasn't been as great as he has been. I know the bar is high. Bank KDB hasn't been fantastic, so you're really kind of banking on him to turn his form around. He's always kind of the pass before the assist. But like I said in one of my previous videos, City kind of win these big games, which they do have against big teams, like 1-0, and it's normally like KDB screamer or yeah, maybe like a Haaland goal. So KDB normally does step up. So I think if you are going KDB, then go for it. I also think it's a good option to sell Salah if you're downgrading to Rashford, and that means you can afford Kane. So say if you're downgrading to Rashford, and that will give you enough money to upgrade Darwin or Mitrovic to Kane, then that's even better, as you're getting two fixtures instead of one from Kane, and then you're getting 2 fixtures instead of 1 from Rashford. So you're getting 2 extra games. So I think that's another way that I think definitely do it. But like I said, it depends on your team. I don't think any players are actually essential. This is because the fixtures are really tough in this double game week. Like I said, United are probably the only ones with you'd say, easy fixture, and Palace is a difficult place to go for any team, apart from Spurs, as we beat them 4-0 the other day. But yeah, so no player is exactly, I'd say, guaranteed essential. And also, if you have Darwin and you're keeping him, then I don't think you need 2 Liverpool players. So I think selling Salah is another option. Or if you're, I guess, selling both Liverpool assets for Kane and Rashford, or even Kane and KDB if you have the money. Another thing to take into account is you could just sell for the next 2, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, as City's 2 double game weeks come in the next 4 game weeks. So you can always bring back in Salah if he starts going mad and scoring a brace every game. But I can't see that from this Liverpool team in terms of performance. He did, however, get a goal in the weekend against Wolves in the FA Cup. And maybe Gakpo, who's Liverpool have just signed, can be that change for Liverpool where maybe Núñez will run wide and Salah can be more central, but we don't know yet. We don't know how that will affect the team. We don't even know if he's going to be starting. So for me, I'd say as an overall, selling Salah for Rashford or for KDB is a good option. The next question is it worth taking hits for double game week players? This is a question that, again, just depends on your team, but let's look at it as an overall. So if you're thinking about bringing in, say, Man United players, let's look at it team by team. If you're looking at bringing in Man United players, you have to look at the fixtures over the next 5 to 6 game weeks, as although you do get that extra fixture in game week 20, are you like sacrificing a good game week further down the line? And it all depends on players you're taking out. So for example, let's look at Man United. So like I said, they have City at home, Palace away, then they do run into Arsenal away. But after that, they have some really, really good fixtures. They have Palace, Leeds, Leicester and Brentford. So some really, really good fixtures. So you can keep them until at least game week 25. So yeah, for Man United options, I'd say taking a hit would be worth it, especially for an attacking option. For Luke Shaw, I'm not so confident, or for a defender, I'm not so confident, as City are likely to score. So say they have to keep a clean sheet against Palace for you to make your 4 points back. This obviously doesn't mean if your player is not playing. So let's say you have Patterson, who's now injured, or I don't know, say you have Emerson Royale, taking that -4 may be worth it for a defender, as you're getting 0 points from them, as they won't be playing. But if your player's getting 2 points and they've got a chance of getting a clean sheet, then you're going to need 2 clean sheets to kind of make that back. So it may be worth holding off, say, until game week 22, when the fixtures turn good for a United defensive option. But attacking options, I think go for it. Why not? You get an extra fixture. They have good fixtures. So yeah, like someone like Rashford is who I'm looking to bring in for a hit. So I think that's definitely worth it. For Manchester City, it's kind of similar to Man United. So again, for defensive options, I'm not too sure. I feel like United and Spurs can score against them in game week 20. But like United, they have great fixtures coming up, and they do have that double in game week 23. So you will get almost another chance at that double game week. So for City players, I'd probably say take the hit no matter what position. So someone like John Stones or Rico Lewis, even if they don't get the clean sheets in this first double game week, that have Wolves at home, then they run into Spurs away, and then they have a better game week than they do this game week in game week 23 with Villa at home and Arsenal away, and then they got Forest and Bournemouth. So yeah, really, really good fixtures. So for a City player, I'd say take the hit. So it's definitely worth it. Maybe someone like Mahrez or Grealish that you're not guaranteed of starts is a bit of a risk. For De Bruyne, for Stones, obviously if you don't have Haaland, what are you doing? But if you don't have Haaland, then yeah, I think go for it. Spurs, I don't think it's worth it unless you're getting Harry Kane. I don't think any of the defensive options are options. Perisic or Doherty could be one, but you never know. They could get rotated. Spurs' fixtures are not the best, so really, really tough. They play the top 2 in a double game week. Then they have Fulham away. Then they run into City again, but at home this time. Leicester, West Ham, and then they play Chelsea in game week 25. Although Chelsea haven't been great this season, it's still, they always beat Spurs, so it's not an easy game. So yeah, for Spurs assets, I would say no, they're not worth it. Harry Kane, yes, Harry Kane is worth it because you can just leave him and let him go for the rest of the season. He's scored 15 goals already. He's not even that far behind Haaland in terms of FPL points. I know Haaland's missed a couple games, but Harry Kane, I'd say, yeah, no other Spurs player. I wouldn't take a hit. Palace is just a hard no for me. I would not take a hit. They have a tough double game week, and they have 2 tough fixtures after that as well with Newcastle and United. And even Brentford and Brighton and Liverpool are tough games. So Palace is a no. So the next question and the final question comes in, and it is, shall I buy Rico Lewis? And basically, will he play if I do buy him? So first off, let's just talk about the price. 3.9 million for a Manchester City defender that is getting good game time. He's played 45 minutes in the last game and then played the last 2 Premier League games before that. So 3.9 million is an incredible price for a Man City defender. And they have 2 double game weeks in the next 4. He's only 0.6% owned. So fantastic. As an overall, I'd say, yep, get him in. If you're looking for a 3.9% defender, then get him in because he's going to be better than Bueno or Patterson, who's 4 million is now injured. So in terms of that, go for it. If you've got the money, I'd go for John Stones. I think you're guaranteed, almost guaranteed minutes. Who knows with Pep Roulette if you get Stones. But saying that, Pep has come out and said that he likes Rico Lewis, and yeah, that he trusts him. So when Pep does that, it's a big deal because when he backs young players, he backs them. But at the same time, he could say that and then next week bench him. So with Pep, you just never know. But you know he likes him. Another thing to think about is he does take up a Man City spot. So say if you do get him in as, say, one of your 4th or even 5th midfielders, and then he ends up not playing every game or even not playing that many at all, then you're kind of stuck with him as one of your Man City spots. So especially as I have 2 double game weeks, you need to really utilise Manchester City, the tripper up, kind of straight away, and as much as possible. So if you do get Rico Lewis, does that limit you from getting KDB? Does it limit you from getting Stones? Does it limit you on taking a punt on Grealish or Mahrez or Akanji or Ake? So you need to really think about that. Also, another thing, a positive thing, is he was benched in the FA Cup. So that should mean he starts in the league. But does that mean he starts against Man United but is benched against Spurs? We'll just have to kind of wait and see. But for me, if you only have 3.9 million and you don't have kind of any other transfers to make, then I'd go for it. So for instance, yeah, I have Patterson. If I didn't have any other transfers to make, then I would go Rico Lewis just for the punt. I'm not really losing anything, only another Manchester City spot. But if I don't have that clear and obvious way to get in KDB or to get in Stones, then yeah, I think go for it. Well, that was it for this video. Hopefully I've answered your questions, and the answers were helpful, and hope you get a good score in Game Week 20 because of that. If you haven't already and you are new around here, so if you're new around here, please subscribe to the channel, hit that notification bell. It will mean a lot. And I'll be producing FPL content, maybe two to 3 videos a week at least. So yeah, make sure you stay tuned and hit the notification bell. Especially, I'll be announcing any double game weeks that come up, any kind of burning questions from the community as well. Also, make sure you leave a comment below. What do you reckon? Are you happy that this kind of extra double game week that we didn't really expect of Man United and Palace was announced? Did you have 3 United already and now you're absolutely laughing and you've got 8 double game week players? Let me know below how many double game week players you have, and yeah, I'll catch you on the next video.